it up.
This is Channel 253. Beep, boop, boop.
And now, the Channel 253 Podcast Network's Grit and Grain Podcast!
On this episode of the Grit and Grain Podcast.
We have 43 breweries, cideries, or meaderies with us today. Wow. And it ranges from, like I said, mead, seltzer, cider, all the way to there's one booth with barley wine, and I tasked Sean to find it.
How do you know that I haven't already?
I was going to say, I bet money he has already found it.
Walk in, nose goes up.
Yeah.
Start sniffing the air. Like, oh, yeah.
Throw a little handful of grass up in the air. Oh, it's that one.
Did you know Channel 253 is member supported? I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I hope you will show your support by going to channel253.com/membership and join. Thank you.
Welcome to the Grit and Grain Podcast, where we explore and celebrate the craft beer industry, community, and history in Tacoma, Washington, and surrounding Pacific Northwest areas. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's get to it.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Welcome to the Grit and Grain Podcast live from Tacoma Arts Live Brew 5-3 Festival. We're super pumped to be here. This is going to be a little bit different than our normal podcast episodes. It's a bunch of industry people in the grass right now, so hopefully you guys listen. But yeah, if you don't, everybody, please do follow Channel 253. Follow Grit and Grain Podcast wherever you get your podcast stuff or your social media stuff. This will, like I said, this will be different. We're gonna roll a couple of guests in and out. Industry people from different parts of the industry, and we're gonna talk up to them for a few minutes up here each. And yeah, gonna hang out for the next 45 minutes. My name is Matt McLaren. I'm here, of course, with Ron Swarner.
The festival spirit is contagious, and I'm infected.
It's great to see you, too. And then Sean Jackson's here.
Hello, everybody. I have the festival spirit and other things that Ron has transmitted to me. And I'm thankful for it.
That's what you get for touching beards.
Yeah.
So thank you guys again. Our first guest for the first third is actually one of the organizers, the main person for this whole thing. Our first guest is Gini Sommer.
Hey, guys.
What's up,
Welcome to Tacoma.
Woo! Woo! Jenny's up here to, this is a safe space for her, so she's going to complain about all of you
It's never
for
safe
the
with you
next
guys.
10 minutes. Before we get to that, though, what are you drinking?
They gave me this Stoop Pilsner, but I'm not actually drinking it.
That's
yet.
true. It's just sitting in front of you for a photo op.
For photo ops, yes.
I'll drink it.
Ship it here.
It's delicious.
Your bracelet won't allow it. I have Stoops IPA. Ron, what do you got?
I have the Silver City Tropic Haze.
It's pretty all right. Hi, Paul. Sean, what are you drinking, man?
Task Force XPA.
Yeah. Task Force coming out.
So by round of applause, I just won.
That is true.
Yay.
It's really good to see Task Force out here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, man. So, Ginny, how's it going?
It's been a whirlwind, but it's good.
You took so long to answer that just now.
Sorry, I'm on hour 57 for this week, so I'm a little
Awesome.
tired.
Good
but
job.
you know what? I am glad to be here. All of the brewers, except for the ice questions, all the brewers have been fantastic.
Anybody who listens to this who's organized a festival is like, God, yes.
Yeah.
So, speaking of ice, I'm kidding.
I know where you live, Matt.
That's true. Jenny and I are neighbors. No, can you tell us what the fuck we're doing here?
Yeah. So this is our 10th annual Brew 5-3. It started, obviously, 10 years ago, down in front of the Pantages on Broadway. It's grown and grown and grown. And so this year we decided we were running out of space. And so now we have so much space, it almost looks small. But we have more brewers than ever had before. We have 43 breweries, cideries, or meaderies with us today. And it ranges from, like I said, mead, seltzer, cider, all the way to there's one booth with barley wine, and I tasked Sean to find it.
How do you know that I haven't
I was
already?
going to say, I bet money he has already found it.
Walk in, nose goes up.
Yeah.
Start sniffing the air. Like, oh, yeah.
Throw a little handful of grass up in the air. Oh, it's that one.
No, but we have a really great representation of Pacific Northwest breweries. Yes, there's a couple outliers out there like Hot Valley and Sierra Nevada. But like Sierra Nevada, if you've ever listened to this podcast, and you should, if you don't, I don't know if we could be friends anymore. But they started beer that we drink now. And so I thought it was very appropriate for them to be represented here as well.
That is a valid take. There's a lot of breweries here who probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Sierra Nevada's influence. So yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Also, my nomination for Handsomest Ice Hall is happening right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look good?
Kenny T.
Yeah.
Kenny T's in the house.
The Iceman cometh.
Yeah.
Hello.
The ice.
Yep, keep
No,
the clothes
no.
on. Keep the clothes on.
No.
Yep. Okay, yes. Go ahead.
All right.
No.
There we go.
Yeah.
Please.
And 7 minutes in, new record. Yeah. The longest Kenny's ever waited to show his ass. He's getting old. He's lost a couple steps, you know?
Please, nobody blame that on us. Jenny, what is like the highlight moment every year for doing Brew 5-3? It's a ton of work. Obviously, you just said you're on almost 60 hours of work this week. That's ridiculous. Like, what do you walk away going, God damn it, that was amazing? Like, what is the thing that does that for you?
See, my favorite thing is seeing the community spirit and having brewers and patrons all being treated the same is one of my ultimate goals because they're also patrons.
So we can yell at the patrons?
No.
Oh, okay. Misunderstood that.
Yeah. No, but
I'm
just
gonna.
the community spirit and also people bring such great beer and they bring things and it teaches and try something new. Like you don't drink what you normally drink. That's the point of a festival. So then you get to try something that you wouldn't normally pay $7 for. You can try it now. Like if you've never had barley wine before, yeah, it's a token, but the tokens go to a very good cause. It goes to students' scholarships and teachers' salaries for Tacoma Arts Live. So it goes to a good cause. You get to try something. If you don't like it, next time you're at the Parkway or Peaks and Pines, you don't order that one and you order something else. So there you go.
Good move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing today so far at this festival?
Great.
Great so far?
Yeah, it's
Good.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weather's beautiful.
Plenty of space.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plenty
All
of
the
space.
nipples and
Yeah.
ribbed up, and
Yeah.
it's a gorgeous day.
Mountains out.
Yep.
Mountains out.
It is. Mountain is out.
Yeah, it's rubbing against my leg.
Yeah.
And that's how you
No,
catch
that's why
things.
we made sure the tablecloths were extra long. This is like,
Oh, boys. And this year, for the first time, we had a podcast on it. We did something a little different.
Probably the last.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we'll see. Still 2 more guests.
And also, the Peterson brothers are here with the Rainier Beer Odyssey movie tent. So if you ever had any questions about any of that, this is the time to bug them, and they have to be nice.
And go take a picture with the big Rainier bottle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take
It's
pictures.
amazing.
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, that's as soon as I get off the stage. I'm eating and I'm going to take a picture.
And Robbie's the one with the beard.
You're going to have
Cheat
to
code.
be more specific. Robbie's the white guy with the beard. What?
We're around brewers, Ron.
Yeah. I'm going to kick Ginny off. But thank you so much for hanging out.
You're welcome.
And yeah, thank you so much
Everybody
for
have
organizing
fun.
this. If you see
Thanks,
Ginny,
Ginny.
please tell her thank you because she really does just a bananas amount of work to make this happen every year.
Yeah.
We love Ginny.
Eugenie.
An extra shout out. Ginny is like at almost every single podcast recording that we do at the Parkway. She is for sure one of our most like amazing supporters.
And this is also the first technical event of Tacoma Beer Week. So you'll see me a lot more if you go to tacomabeerweek.com.
That's
Yep.
true.
Participation badge every year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm calling our next guest up, but actually that's a good time to talk about Tacoma Beer Week for just a second. So a lot of people here probably know, but if you don't, come sit down, dummy. Sorry. Yeah, if you don't know, Brew 5-3 kind of acts as like an official kickoff for Tacoma Beer Week. And you can check everything, all the info out for Tacoma Beer Week on tacomabeerweek.com or on at Tacoma Beer Week and all the social media stuff. But basically the entire week after Brew 5-3 is just a bananas list of great events that happen at all of the craft beer spots around Tacoma and like greater Tacoma, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, go to tacomabeerweek.com, check out at Tacoma Beer Week. There's food and beer pairings. There's a beer and cheese night. There's a top hat party at Ron's place. Sean's doing Holy Trinity night, where 3 of like the best brewers in Washington come and hang out on Wednesday at the Parkway. We're doing a really special podcast episode that day. We're doing a litter cleanup tomorrow morning, starting at Camp Colvos Brewery downtown. And finishing up at 7 Seas to clean up the brewery district. There's all kinds of fun stuff going on. So if you haven't, please do check out tacomabeerweek.com or at Tacoma Beer Week to find events to check out this week. Yeah, that's a nice long plug to lead into our next guest. So this dude, I have known for quite some time, and he's gone from like an account of mine and a business acquaintance to a very good friend because he loves this crap as much as we do. This is Andy, one of the owners of CaskCades craft beer spot over in Puyallup. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Hello,
Hey, what's up?
Andy. What's going on? It's good
How
to
you
have
doing,
you
man?
here. Can you hear me? I'm not used to this podcast stuff.
I know.
So.
We'll bring you on.
We
for-
aren't either.
It's been like a year
Feel
and
like
a month,
about
and we're
year
still
4 we might settle into a groove, but you know, it's whatever.
our producer still like yells at us for time shit. Like,
Yeah.
he's so supportive, but at some point he's gonna be like, dude, how many fucking times do I have to warn them when there's 5 minutes left?
Yeah.
There's a clock in the room.
Yeah. Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, we love Doug. And I won't get a chance because there won't be a break, but big shout out to Doug Mackey, our wonderful producer, who's amazing and makes us sound wonderful and is running our sound for this right now. Andy, thanks so much. Thank you for coming up and hanging out for a few minutes.
Thanks for asking me.
What are you doing here today?
I'm here pouring with Forward Operating Base Brewery, or FOB Brewing, in DuPont, and Task Force Brewing under construction in Lakewood.
Yeah.
And they're coming out to help some friends and check out the cool festival.
Yeah. Andy also supports Tacoma Beer Week by doing a pretty rad festival every year. What is your main event for Tacoma Beer Week next week?
So Tropic and Puyallup is our kind of half-year mark. We partner with Silver City for that, and because they got a cool van.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, and I guess Paul's okay, you know. So yeah, that's just kind of
Easy on the eye, that's for sure.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
definitely,
It's-
definitely.
yeah.
Is there
it's
a
the
baseball
mustache.
game that
it's
night?
the mustache.
Because he's not going to be there.
Yeah, I know he is. I had to have him sign a contract. So yeah, that's our Tropic and Puyallup. We actually did it originally as our half-year mark, kind of like year and a half mark, and that's when Mr. Jordan Marsh was still there, and
Shout out
did
to
some
Jordan.
videos, and so that we just focus on tropical name beers with you know me trying to find beers with
Fruit in the
right
name.
in there, just kind of a cool wear your tropical gear, get your lays on, and drink and hang out and just celebrate, surviving
goofy
day
for a
by
night.
day in this business.
So what you're saying is I wore the greatest shirt for this event today.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mariners for Paul, tropical themed, right? So I just won. We
didn't
haven't even
notice
done the
that.
event, and I won.
Paul's like, can I borrow that?
Yeah, so we have that on
Of course you
Thursday,
can.
and then Wednesday we partner with Craft Beer Source to do a Connect 4 tournament for all ages.
Yeah, that's so rad.
So we got 20 Connect 4 sets, and we'll see how many people turn out to play. So,
You guys are all lucky I'm busy that night. I would come.
well, it's not Street Fighter or Camp Converse Marvel.
Yeah.
So.
That one would be like, I lose to a 9-year-old at Connect 4 and then flip the fucking table. You know,
Connect this, bitch.
The kid's mom is just like, what the fuck?
Those are our couple Tacoma Beer Week events, and
Awesome.
looking forward to it.
You have a few games in your place, Andy, right?
Yeah, we focus on pinball these days. We had to add those display coolers, Ron, and the whole blip to go phase, right? And so that took up some space. But yeah, we have 5 Stern machines, a Pac-Man battle, a Pac-Man table, and one day maybe hopefully more space for games. So
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed.
it's downtown Puyallup, if anybody's wondering. It's a little place, 15 minutes down River Road.
Yeah.
I have
And
to
you guys do
remind
your
people.
own like huge festival. Andy is also a festival coordinator. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, so November 4th of this year will be our 3rd annual Brew-All-Up. So that's at the Showplex at the Washington State Fair, and that'll be promoted online here soon as we get some of these breweries to commit. They just got to respond to emails.
Nice.
He's talking to all of you. Yeah. All of you.
But yeah, that's our 3rd annual. We partner with the Chamber of Commerce and, just bring a beer festival to the, land of hops as it was once known.
Yeah, dude.
Right,
So-
totally.
We've talked about that a lot on the podcast, but like that was like Meeker Street is Hop Central, man, and it was before Yakima kind of took everything over. But yeah, all the hops came from Puyallup, so there's a ton of beer history kind of tied into Puyallup, just like Tacoma. And we always just kind of refer to it as like Greater Tacoma, but like when we do our drunk history episodes, Puyallup always ends up being a part of that. And so like we all love the fact that you're keeping that shit alive out there, man.
Yeah.
You guys,
Amen.
Rainier Growlers,
Yep.
a couple of restaurants out there that really take the beer seriously, and like I don't know. I've worked on the distribution side in the Puyallup area for a while, and it's been really awesome to see so much like activity and like I don't know, not really like a resurgence, but just like so much focus on craft in like the downtown Puyallup area. I feel like you guys end up kind of being the tip of the spear on a lot of that stuff.
Thank you.
But it's a noticeable change, and I have driven out to Puyallup just to drink beer because there's just cool shit going on there now, and it's awesome.
Those farms are providing a lot of the fruit for the beers, too, out there.
Right, yeah.
Oof.
Yep.
I'm drinking Ziggy Zoggy.
Oh damn! I didn't ask.
I mean, I'm sipping.
Terribly
Tasty.
unprofessional.
Yeah, 1 ounce at a time.
Yeah,
Paul left,
way
so I
to,
don't
way
wanna
to
talk
jump
about
on
his beer
in.
anymore.
That's great. That's beautiful.
Man, yeah. I'm so since you're a festival coordinator, ice.
It should be provided by the It was not last year. It is this year.
What, you guys didn't have any ice last year?
No, it's, we learn as we grow. I mean, we had about 40 breweries last year. I think we're shooting for about 50 this year.
Holy shit.
We also have a cornhole tournament, and, we have our music and food trucks and all that stuff, too. So
I was hoping you guys had like a really like easy solution, and I was just going to give Gini shit if you talked about it up here, but... Yeah.
Well,
that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a cooler there that holds ice, so we're going to put ice in it this year. It's going to be great. So.
We learn as we go.
Yeah.
Every brewer last year was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was ice left in the town after time.
No way, dude.
But it's nice because a lot of breweries get to ship kegs to my tap room and then come pick them up in the morning and have to drag them around. So
it is nice that you do that. I've joked about Bumpy's being my keg storage before. Which, if you don't hang out at Bumpy's in Puyallup, you're missing out.
yeah, that is definitely a staple spot.
It is, dude.
In the back room of Charlie's, too.
Charlie's is also legit.
Yeah.
That's Bumpy's was like, not to go on a random tangent, but Bumpy's was like where all the salespeople would go Monday morning, like when the sales week started.
Because they open at 6.
Because they open at 6 for all the like overnight construction workers to come and tie one on when they're off of work. Bumpy's out here doing the Lord's work. So we would all go and meet at Bumpy's at like 8:30 in the morning, and it was not uncommon for like all of the spirits folks to be hanging out. And so we would all like do a shot and chug a Rainier before our sales day at 8:30 in the morning on Monday while everybody was watching like The Price is Right and shit. And there's something quite endearing about it. It sounds really unhealthy now that I'm saying it out loud, but it was lovely.
Does not sound unhealthy at all.
Makes me miss Brett Thompson.
Well, early morning bump.
Wrong one.
Sean's like, huh? Sean's ears perked up just now. Sorry, beer, not drugs.
No, it's okay.
Right next to Task Force and FOB, there's Mac's Drinking Lounge, too. So
I
come
love
by
that.
and, chill. I guess that was created last year. And so we actually created a spot to cheers our dear friend. So
Yeah. Shout out to Mac, man.
Yep.
I it's a bummer having to go through all of this week without him. But I love that Task Force and FOB, I think, have a few beers on that are inspired by and dedicated to Mac. So,
Yep, both of them.
If there's any PNW Beer Lovers group members in here, make sure you guys raise a glass to Mac today. Because, he would be proud of this.
Yep.
Beautiful day, beautiful view, tons of breweries.
Yep.
This would be, this
jam.
is his fucking jam.
Yep.
Andy, I'm going to kick you off, man.
All right.
We have
Well, I
one more guest,
appreciate you
dude.
guys having us.
We love you,
See you,
buddy.
Andy.
And,
Thanks.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye, buddy.
See you at your booth.
Yeah, I'll be over for a beer. Sweet. Okay, we got one more. We're going to roll on. Yeah.
Do I gotta wait for an introduction?
No, you're good. Just sit. We'll give it to you. I'm going to let Ron introduce you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm fine.
This
I'm doing it sober.
So our next guest, actually, we've talked about this particular project before, and I'm super pumped to talk about it again.
Yes.
Ron, who are we talking to right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. No boys and girls. I present
there's
Justin Peterson.
Woo!
Of the 1111, The Valley and Peaks and Pints, and the Rainier movie. And about 50 other projects.
But we're just going to talk about one.
Yeah.
Ish. You're involved in a lot of beer stuff.
Well, we're here today. We got a booth, the Rainier Beer movie booth, and we're selling some stuff to raise money for the movie and awareness.
Awareness.
Yeah, movie awareness.
Yeah. What's the last time we talked to you guys? There was still like some, I think, production stuff going on. We kind of told the story of how everything got like put together. Where is everything sitting right now?
Well, we pretty much wrapped up most our production, so now it's just all the editing.
Yeah. Which takes forever.
I did interview Arbo a couple days ago, though, and he was the Rainier Rambo character.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
One of my favorite commercial campaigns, and thinking about maybe flying him up here.
Dude.
Nice.
Let us know when you do.
we might add one more character to the movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He lives in Chicago right now, so.
Can you explain, like, while everybody's here listening, can you explain the concept of the movie real quick?
Yeah. So, well, it's kind of a celebration of one of the best commercial campaigns ever, in my mind, most people's minds probably, and we're giving credit to the people that made them. So we're showing as much of the commercials as possible and interviewing the people that made them, and the commercials are digitally remastered. So we kind of dissect the commercials. There's some history of Rainier too. We don't leave that out, but it's a history of advertising, history of Rainier,
Yeah.
and kind of the history of the Pacific Northwest.
Weirdly, I feel like a lot of people here will probably remember like the old kind of Rainier commercials that you used to see, like the kind of nature documentary looking commercials. It's one of the most famous ad campaigns ever, and it originated here and originated in the beer industry. And it's like inspired of like a whole generation of like marketing strategy out of this like really goofy kind of like fun sort of out of left field commercial series. And so you guys, the idea is that you're trying to like re-show these, tell the story of this whole thing, and then like talk to the people who kind of put this really iconic series of commercials together, right?
Yeah, a lot of people just had no idea anything about the people that were the brainchilds behind it. It was just the Rainier commercials.
Some of whom, of course, are like behind some of the most iconic brand like names, you know, in the world.
Yeah.
And either got their start or like, you know, the Rainier beer commercials were on their resume, which is wild.
Yeah. They started with K2.
Yeah.
So that was their first gig. Then JanSport, Starbucks, Panera Bread, New Balance,
Cinnabon?
I mean, it's in the list is, I've seen the list and it's
heinous.
You can't even say it out loud. It's so long.
Justin, what was your favorite?
Especially without beer or water. So.
Justin, what was your favorite interview that you've done so far?
John Keister.
Ah, nice.
They've all been really good, but John Keister's kind of like the keeper of Northwest comedy in my mind. Mm-hmm. I couldn't wait till Almost Live came on.
Right.
Like growing up, I looked forward to that more than Saturday Night Live because it was so local.
Yeah.
But he was probably my favorite.
How was he connected?
He's just an outside source that lived through the time period that the Rainier commercials were coming out.
Gotcha.
So you can't just ask the people that made the commercials why they're so good, because they have a bias.
Sure.
So you have to ask an outside source.
Job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you have to ask an outside source. And who better than, like, you know,
An
John Keister.
Yeah, iconic
comedian
who
from
this area.
Grew up here,
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
his dad worked at Boeing, you know, the whole story. He was here when Boeing fired a bunch of people. So it was a big thing in Seattle back in the day. So
You could have asked me. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Well,
Jesus, Ron.
he does explain how, like, Seattle completely changed, and it kind of made it more of an artistic, younger person's, like, they could thrive there now.
Yeah.
So there was, you know, good did come out of it. So
True.
we cover it all. It's about Rainier, but also just everything that was going on at the time.
Yeah. I cannot fucking wait to watch this, dude. And every time you guys post like a new thing on Instagram, I'm just like, it like makes my day. Everything is like so funny, and like I'm probably a touch too young to remember most of the Rainier commercials, so I'm seeing a lot of them for the first time, and it's still like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm in the industry, but it feels very like visceral watching them. Like, I know it's an iconic thing, and so even if you don't remember the commercials, I hope you guys will check out the movie and like follow it. Like, people can follow Rainier Beer Movie.
Do you know the motorcycle commercial? Their most famous one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the guy that rode the motorcycle just gave us the shirt he wore in the commercial.
Wow.
So that's like, for us, that's like the holy grail,
The holy grail,
of
yeah.
artifacts.
Were there bug stains?
No, it's like pristine. It was his favorite shirt, so he always wore it. So that's why he still has it.
Dang.
Anyway, he gave it to us, and it's at the Rainier movie booth, so come check it out.
Dude.
Also, the original scouting photos were given to us, so you could see what they were looking at when they were looking for a location for that shoot.
That's
super
amazing.
cool. Yeah, well, I was gonna ask you what like your highlight piece of like memorabilia was at the booth. That shirt sounds pretty awesome.
It's the shirt, and we don't have it at the booth today, but we have the original storyboard, so you could see how they really thought it out conceptually. So
that's amazing.
Yep. So we're slated to be done in 2024, early 2024 with the movie.
Sweet.
Yep.
That's so exciting.
So
yeah, I do. Again, I hope everybody goes to the booth, checks it out, buy something, follow these guys. Like, it's gonna be, I'm so pumped for this.
Sweatshirts, hats, patches, T-shirts, postcard packs, and the iconic Sasquatch Barbarian poster for sale.
Sweet.
So
then I'll
something
see
like
you. I'll see you as soon as I'm off the stage.
Totally.
After I get a task force beer.
All right. What else?
I was gonna say, we have a few more minutes. You got a few more minutes?
Sure. Yeah.
What? How's your year going? I'm kidding. No. Have you ever worked a booth at Brew 5 3 before?
No, I've never been to Brew 5 3 before.
No?
This is my first time.
Right on, man.
I'm a virgin.
That's okay.
A 21-year-old. Over 21.
Yeah, finally.
I know, exactly.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
That means somebody else is 21 too.
Yeah, over 21.
Your twin brother.
Anyway, it's pretty cool here. I don't know how long it's been at Chambers Bay, but
No, this is the first year.
you can't
First
beat
year.
that view. That's for sure.
That's beautiful.
Amen.
I know it was downtown in like the sort of like Broadway area
Yeah.
before, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
just keeps growing. There's almost twice as many breweries this year as there was previous years, which is fucking amazing. There's extra booths, there's extra vendors. Obviously, you guys. No, man, this is a good year, and it is tough to beat the view right now.
Yeah.
What are you guys drinking?
I'm almost done, but I had Stoops IPA, which I will be getting another one of as soon as my bracelet color changes.
Task Force XPA.
Yeah. That's what we're drinking.
All right,
Yep.
nice. All right.
Are you working the booth all day, or are you drinking it all
Yeah,
later on?
I'm here all day.
Yeah?
Oh, well, I'm only working until I'm drinking.
Good point.
So,
You staying for Smash Mouth?
is that today?
Yeah.
No, it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow's 90s day.
Okay.
Yeah. What's today?
Us.
Okay, cool. who's playing the drums?
Oh, there's definitely more music after us.
All right.
Do you want to smash us in our mouth?
All right.
Jesus.
So wait, I'm interviewing you now. How many podcasts are you at now?
59.
59, yeah.
59.
Oh, shit, I was right.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm glad
of course
Ron
I was right.
So does this one count? Like it's recorded and everything?
Of course it
Yeah.
counts.
Okay.
That's why Doug's here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why we're getting the
That makes sense.
paycheck. I mean,
There he is.
obviously.
Yeah,
Counts
this,
in the bank account.
it will be. We won't bank it, but we'll probably release it in the next week or so. We actually are booked up for guests for like a couple of weeks, or no, almost a month.
That's a first.
Yeah, which is a
Yeah.
first. We normally are scrambling on Mondays for Wednesday.
Dang, okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, it's been good. We're over a year in.
Yeah. All right.
I'm trying to think. We have, let's see, Beers and Bedtime coming up on the week of the 23rd. Rachel, for a lot of the folks who know her, but like one of the most, one of the biggest like beer social media people in the area. She's run social media for multiple breweries. She's worked for like marketing companies, and social media is becoming such a huge chunk of like how people choose beer. So
Yeah.
she's going to come on and talk about that a little bit, which will
That's
be
awesome.
awesome. It'll be
Yeah,
a cool
that's really cool.
perspective, and like she has like she's very organized. She has like a list of sort of like best practices for breweries to use. So if you guys are here and you're trying to level up your social media, hopefully you guys will listen to that particular podcast. But yeah, and then Holy Trinity next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, which will be
Colin from Holy Mountain and Shane from E9.
yeah, dude.
Yeah. Clothing optional, possible wrestling live podcast. Yeah.
I'll bring the olive oil.
No. Sweat is the lubricant. You don't need. You don't need.
It's
close
21
the
and over
windows.
events,
Yeah.
everyone.
like,
21 and over event.
yeah. 21 and over.
Still gross. Still gross.
Speaking of social media, if you want to follow the Rainier Beer Movie, it's at Rainier Beer Movie on Instagram and Facebook. So check that out. Or go to rainierbeermovie.com to see some cool videos or get some links or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
Cool. We'll let you get back to it, dude.
Yeah, all right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Justin.
See you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers.
Oh, man. We have a few more minutes. Thank you guys again for listening, and to everybody who came up and talked about what they were doing. If you're not familiar, there's a bunch of people still walking in. So, but yeah, we're the Great and Grain Podcast, a local beer podcast that records every Wednesday in the Parkway. We have new episodes that come out every Friday, and it's just the three of us and usually a guest bullshitting about the beer industry.
And hopefully a guest.
And hopefully a guest.
Yeah. As you're about to find out real quick here.
Just us three
How
for the
many
rest
minutes
of
of moronic banter do I need?
it. You have an infinite number, don't worry.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, my name is Matt McLaren. Again, I'm just going to like do that again because I see a bunch of new faces. But I work for a beer distributor. Part of the podcast is like, getting different perspectives on the beer industry. There's a bunch of people who are in the industry, and it's kind of a weird romantic industry to be in. If you're the type of person that comes to beer festivals, you might be the type who would dig listening to some of the behind the curtain stories of the beer industry. So hopefully you guys will check out our podcast. You can follow it anywhere. But yeah, Ron and Sean both own and or run popular craft beer spots in Tacoma. So that's, we try to have different perspectives. We try to talk about the stuff that we like and the stuff that bug the crap out of us. And we complain about the breweries that we work with and the other bars in town.
GritandGrainPodcast.com. Drink barley wine. More sweet chatter next Friday.
No, we're not done yet.
I know that.
No, we're not done yet.
No, he was
Ron's just like
saying
signing us off.
No. He was just telling everyone to drink barley wine. That's fine.
That is true.
It's not a problematic thing, right?
Sean, where does your affinity for barley wine come from since we're talking about it?
Sierra Nevada Bigfoot. It
Yeah,
was,
buddy.
My first brewing job, I was probably 22 at Mudshark Brewing in Lake Havasu, Arizona. And my brewmaster and I liked making road trips into Cali and grabbing stuff from that we couldn't get in Arizona. A lot of stuff from Stone Brewing at the time, and Bear Republic, and Humboldt Brewing, and some of the Sierra Nevada products were available but there was that special time of year where Bigfoot would come around, and it was, I mean, we would buy cases and cases and cases, and I love it so much. I think it's the perfect example of an American barley wine in that it's aggressively hoppy. It drinks very quickly to me, but also
to you
can lay down for, 10, 15, 20, God knows how many years.
Yeah.
And it's still hoppy. It's just wonderful. It is my number one favoriteest beer in the world. I don't know what number 2 is, but that's
it's a tie between 30 other beers.
30 is I could maybe trim it down to 167.
Yeah, I brought you. What year was that?
2011.
2011 or 7?
11.
11. 2011 Bigfoot, which is just peak. Just that nice 12-year barley wine.
Yeah.
Do you still have any?
No. Trevor and I domed that whole thing one night.
That's awesome.
Did you put
Yeah,
your
it
head
was
on?
awesome.
You put your head on some cheese afterwards.
I was out of cheese, so we just smeared peanut
Dude,
butter
I
on
hope Jeff
ourselves.
is here right now.
Closest thing.
Did you get 86 from a small town?
No, did not. Almost got 86 from my house, though. Lisa did come downstairs and gave me the old shut the fuck up. Like it's 4 a.m.
Trevor's just like... We need to catch up with Trevor, actually. Trevor, it's okay. There's a bunch of people who do listen. If you don't, you should go back and listen to a few of the episodes. In particular, Trevor Nichols, man.
Right.
That dude it's a name that a lot of people won't know. It's not affiliated with anything that's outward facing in the beer industry. But that dude is responsible for a lot of really good beer being made in this state. And he talks about it on our podcast episode with him. It was an early one, so you have to scroll down a bit. But man, that was one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
And so E9 is here. I'm going to just shout out E9. A lot of people's favorite Tacoma brewery. They're fantastic. Wonderful influence. Place where Sean used to make tons of delicious beer with Shane there. But one of their sour cultures was created by Trevor, actually.
Yep.
So if you drink a sour beer from E9 and you enjoy it, it's kind of one dude responsible for the original culture, and it's Trevor, and we talk about that on the podcast too.
Yeah, he trained a lot of people to be beer judges too.
That is true. One of the only master BJCP judges, probably the only one in Tacoma, but one of the very few in Washington. Dude's just ultra nerd.
And got that master's on the first try.
Yeah, that's super cool of him that he could do that. It's cool it didn't take him 3 fucking tries, like some of us.
And handsome as fuck to boot.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
sure.
I mean,
Thanks, guys.
Look, Trevor.
What are you guys drinking next? What are you guys grabbing when we jump off the stage?
Barley wine.
I'm grabbing Sean's shirt.
Yep.
So he can guide you off the stage.
Exactly. Right to the barley one.
Monkless is here pouring a few and far between Pilsner. They're mostly a Belgian brewery, but they made a Pilsner and brought it, and I'm super stoked to try that. Stoop is here. We're all here drinking Stoop beer, but that Stoop IPA is freaking exceptional. Who else?
And a guest soon too.
And a guest soon. I know, that's kind of a little foreshadowing. Stoop will be on towards the middle end of October.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the science.
It's coming up on their 10th anniversary.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah. Stoop is awesome. And they deserve a lot of support because they're supporting a lot of sort of behind the scenes distribution efforts that is fantastic and gives a lot of people access to beer that they wouldn't have otherwise if it wasn't for what Stoop was doing. So if you aren't already drinking their stuff for their delicious beer, you should be doing it because some of the stuff they're doing is fantastic and doing a lot of good for the beer world in the Northwest. Okay. I'm trying to think of what else. Who else is here? Task Force we talked about. Hop Valley stuff is going to be delicious. Freaking Stemma came down from Bellingham. If you guys haven't had Stemma beer yet, it's so good. An extra shout out because one of the other advanced Cicerones is actually one of the guys from Stemma in Washington. So they get extra kudos from me. White Bluffs is fantastic. Came from really far to pour their beer here.
Is Lucky Envelope here?
And Lucky Envelope's here.
Yeah.
Barry, the dude pouring at Lucky Envelope, is actually the dude who makes the beer. So you get to ask him all kinds of nerdy questions.
Yeah.
I know, I see you, man. I love you. Hit me up when the new Final Fantasy comes out. We're just about wrapped up, man. Actually, want to give an extra thank you to Doug, who's sitting back there being amazing.
We love you, Doug.
We do love you, Doug.
Thank you, sound producer Doug.
Again, if you don't already, please check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you might get a podcast. Follow us on social media, and then follow Channel 253 as well. If you don't know already, Channel 253 is a network of local podcasts that is run by community members, community leaders, and it covers a range of topics that might be important to you if you want to stay connected to Tacoma. There's food stuff, there's current events, there's political issues, all sorts of stuff, and beer. We're really excited to be a part of that network. It's really inexpensive to support those guys, just a few dollars a month, and it's entirely community supported. And it's a great way to stay connected to Tacoma. So again, if you don't already, please go check out channel253.com. And if you want to become a member, check out channel253.com/membership. Thank you again, all. Thank you so much to Tacoma Arts Live for letting us do this live. We obviously don't do a ton of live podcasts outside of the few wonderful people that come and join us in the Parkway every Wednesday, which you are all welcome to do if there's space. Check out the Parkway. Usually around 4:30, we're recording. Come and have a beer and talk to our guests in person, and it's a ton of fun, and we love to have people there. But yeah, I think we're gonna sign out in just a minute here.
I mean, I can throw in a quick fuck-up story.
Oh, yeah. I would love that.
So there's a beer festival fuck-up story. It was, I believe, the first Tacoma Craft Beer Festival that was...
Dock Street.
When it was after Dock Street, it was down underneath the bridge.
Right.
So in this particular festival, people tried to be proactive and pre-ice all the jockey boxes, which was, seems very intuitive and get ahead of it. Most people leave a cleaning solution in their jockey boxes to hold them. This solution froze up, so I remember basically about the same time, 30 minutes before festival is opening and people are trying to pour beers, all the majority of the jockey boxes
had
were frozen up. And so Shane and I were running around, scooping ice out and trying to melt down people's lines and show them what the hell was up. But it was quite the conundrum at first. Like, why won't this pour? And then someone else was like, why won't this pour? And like, oh yeah, that was awesome.
Why is ice always the problem?
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
But yeah, that's the lesson. Like, product in, then ice. Right? So.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We're Great and Grain Podcast. We love and appreciate everybody here. Thank you again, Doug. Thank you, Tacoma Arts Live. We're out of here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Happy festival.
Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us at Grit and Grain Podcast wherever you get your social media and catch new episodes every Friday. Cheers.
Channel 253 is a member-supported podcast network. I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I'm asking you to become a member and show your support. Go to channel253.com/membership to join. Thank you. Grit and Grain is part of the Channel 253 podcast network. Check out our other shows: Nerd Farmer, Interchangeable White Ladies, Move to Tacoma, Crossing Division, Citizen Tacoma, What Say You, We Are Tacoma, Flounders B Team, and Taco Man.
This is Channel 253.
Get up.